at your house. You were in labor, having contractions. We go actually outside and walking around like your garden. You and your hubby.
You're trying to distract me.
Trying to have you use different options.
We labored for 4 hours at home.
4 hours at home. And it was just like, okay, like let's do this.
It was time. And it was time to go to the hospital. At what point do I get to go to the hospital? And she's like, oh, Sam, like, whenever you want. I'm like, well, let's go. I think I'd like to go now.
You're like, you ready?
Yeah, I know.
So we get to the hospital. Tell us what happened.
Get there, walk up, more so waddle up to triage.
And you did great.
Yeah, thank you. And I knew that I needed to be checked right away. I felt like I needed to push. I know what that means.
Yeah.
I said my husband out. I said, find a nurse, tell her to come in here and check me.
Yeah.
She comes in, she puts her hands in. She's like, you're 9.5 centimeters.
9.5 centimeters.
I was like, oh, thank God. And then she's like, let's go have a baby.
Welcome to Positive Birth Corner. I am your host, MaryNissi. We are here changing the narrative around birth, one positive birth at a time. And Sam, I am so glad you are here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Tell us about you.
My name is Samantha. I go by Sam, and no, I'm not a boy. So I grew up in the suburbs of Philadelphia. I've been here my whole life. My family's here, bought a house here, so I haven't really ever ventured out too far except for college.
Yeah.
Grew up in a Christian home, very small little, safe bubble there, and didn't really meet my husband until later in life. So I was, I think, 33 when I met him. We got married a couple years later, and pretty much knew that we wanted to start a family right away. So after the marriage, we started trying. We wanted to have a honeymoon baby, but we did not. So a few months after that, I got pregnant.
Yeah.
And I ended up delivering my daughter at 36.
Okay, so you're 36 years
I'm the old mom, but a cool mom.
Listen, I think that's the part too, right? We want people to hear the different ages people are when they give birth, because literally it's a spectrum, right? And I think that's the beauty of it, right? It's not limited to, what it used to be back in the day or what people think. It's, people are having babies at different ages, and I think that's beautiful.
Absolutely, it is. Would I have liked to have my kids earlier in life?
You did.
Yes.
Okay.
Just feel like I'm more tired now.
Yeah. I know, because baby is 11 months. 11 months, and okay. So you were pregnant pretty quickly, and tell us about, what did that look like? What was planning? What was preparing for your birth?
Yeah, I didn't really have a birth plan.
Okay.
Didn't know what I wanted to do. I had seen my sister, go through 6 births, 6 children in her family, and most of her births were done at home or in like a birthing center. So, just kind of seeing that, having that perspective, that was one side of things. And then the other side is that I have a medical background. So just kind of understanding that there are, hospitals, epidurals, like all these different medical interventions that can make your birth easier. And not really knowing which one I wanted to fall into, and ended up thinking like, I'll probably be somewhere in the middle of that, So I didn't really have a plan. I was just gonna see what happened.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until halfway through that I was like, oh shoot, I don't really have a plan. So my friend MaryNissi, who, I was seeing, had this career, and just kind of talking with her friends, with her clients about their stories, and being like, well, maybe I need something. I feel a little bit lost here. I think I need some help. And so that's when I, asked you to be my doula.
Right. Which I was surprised.
Very surprised.
Because I know you really well. And
I'm sorry, it's so last minute. Sorry.
It was like, I know you really well. And I know that this is a huge step for you.
Yeah.
Because I think we had talked about it before you were married. You were like, just so you know, you're not going to be my doula. Now, of course I was offended. Of course. But I understood, because we know each other.
Yeah.
And it wasn't third trimester, was it?
I think it was 25 or 6 weeks.
Okay.
We were getting there.
You were like, me and Tyler talked.
Yeah. He's cool with it.
He's
cool with it being you. And I kind of would like you to be there too.
I know, it was such an honor. It was truly an honor for me.
Yeah, I needed you there, so it was good.
Nice. Okay, so tell us, so what happens when you're now, with a doula? Do you now know what you want for your birth? Like, what did preparing look like physically, emotionally, mentally for you?
I think I started off, you had mentioned a podcast that I listened to. I think it was called Evidence-Based Birth.
Yes, one of my favorite. Yeah, one of my favorite podcasts.
I really enjoy that. I think it's important to understand what are the different studies that are out there if you're someone who cares about that sort of thing. And being in the medical world, everything is based off of evidence-based medicine. So I wanted to know what was out there. You hear different things from different OBGYNs. Each person has their own unique perspective. And so you understand knowing that when you go into the office and talk with them, there's some sort of a bias. And so you want to try to navigate that. You want to know, well, what are my options? What has been proven or not proven? And then have a discussion with them, and kind of picking their brain and seeing what they think. And I guarantee you, like, these doctors hate that.
Yep.
I was hoping for a 15-minute visit or even less, but here we are answering questions. But at the end of the day, it's your birth. They're your provider. And I think most of them are willing to have those conversations. It's pretty normal for them.
Did you know about like all of that? Because we're talking about informed consent, right? Did you know about that? You think because of your background, or maybe that's just like also part of your personality, or is it both?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's for everyone.
Okay.
But I needed to know more. I needed to feel like I had all the pieces of information to make the decision, and I couldn't make a decision until I had all of them and understood them. Sometimes you have there's people out there who are just like, I had a friend or a sister who had a really good experience. Yeah. And that's kind of what I want. And they just kind of know. And that's cool.
Yeah.
But
it's not you.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. And I think that's the beauty of it, right? I think, again, the beauty of this journey is like, it's very individualized. It's who you are is who you bring to labor room. And you were pretty true to yourself.
Yep. They carry through for sure. More than I thought it would.
And I tell people that all the time, right? I'm like, yo, whoever you are is who you bring into the space. And people are like, no, I'm going to be someone else. Or someone told me that nope.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you already know what my birth was like because you know
who I am. Yeah, you can almost predict it.
It's like, was it loud? Yes. Was it pretty independent? Yes. Because that's just who I am. And you know who you are.
Yeah. And I can remember getting up to the moment where weeks beforehand, I was getting bigger. And I was like, oh, what kind of things can I do, as a practice or a routine to make my birth easier? So then I started doing research on what type of stretches to be doing, what type of massages to be doing. Yeah. And also exercises. And I would do this every single night. I was like, I'm going to maximize my potential to not tear. And, I figure if there's something I can do, and it seems to be working for other women, I want to start doing those things. Yeah. And it's a pain in the butt, but you do it every night. And I do think it helped me. It helped me to understand and take it into my own hands. What can I do to help out with my own birth? Yeah. Yeah. So I did tear a little bit.
Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. So then let's start with contractions start.
Yes. So 8 a.m. My husband was sleeping next to me
on a Sunday. I remember that because I was at church.
You were at church. Yeah, it was a Sunday. I felt a little something, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe this is the beginning." Yeah. And I'm laying there, he's sleeping, and within an hour, it just started to pick up. And so I think it was the timing picked up. They really weren't that intense, but the timing seemed to be very consistent. So I was like, "Oh my God, today's the day. It's gonna happen." Yeah. So I wake him up and I tell him, and he's completely unfazed. I don't even think that he knew that it was actually going to happen.
Surprised, because if you know Tyler, you would be like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. And he's just a very calm person. Yeah. Yep. So he was, he was like, okay, all right, well, let's just see how it goes. And we just went about the day. Yeah. Around 12 o'clock, things started to pick up in intensity. And I had tried doing one of these maneuvers to help get the baby in a better position.
That's right.
And it was so intense that I was like, I'm not doing any more of those. I'm not doing it.
Wait, did I tell you to do that?
Yes.
Oh,
I got down on my hands and my knees and put my butt in the air. And I had this contraction that I was like, what?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And then I was like, no, I can't do this. This is not good. So, no
you
more.
told me no. You're like, no.
I didn't do it again. And then I was having, and then that really kind of almost propelled it a little bit.
So what you're saying is your doula told you to do something that helps.
It did help. It was not fun. So yeah. So that helped. And then I was struggling, and I called you and you were still at church. And so you were get in the shower. Yeah. Thank God, because it really just having something to do. Certainly the warm water is relaxing, and it helps with back spasms if you have them. But I think it was just the act of okay, I have a task to complete. If I complete that task, then it'll be 30 minutes from now. So that's 30 minutes that have gone by. So like kind of occupying your mind to help you labor at home was beneficial for me. So the shower was really great.
Meanwhile, I was speeding. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that thing's picked up so quickly.
Yep. Yeah, because at one point she was like, I want to do FaceTime. I want to see what you look like.
I did, right.
And I think I was like this.
You were. I was like, oh, okay. I'm on my way.
Breathing. Yeah, and then we kind of started more of, different types of movements, the different rocking of the pelvis that we practiced with Tyler. And then we started doing more of the walking. And so, 4 hours later or so was when it was go to the hospital
It was time. You were like, when am I going?
Yeah. So get to the hospital, waddling in, because MaryNissi made me walk.
Yes. 100%. Yep.
Yeah, probably not knowing that it was 9.5 centimeters dilated.
No, I did not know that either. It was so interesting because I was like, whoa, we're definitely like, I think we're in active, I mean, I knew we were in active labor. Like, I knew that. But I was like, this is like looking like something else. But you were so hard to predict because you were still you were just calm. Like, too calm.
Very calm.
I do not know what to do with that.
Well, if I'm relaxed, and if I practice my breathing, my body will be relaxed.
And that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah. I got through it really quickly. So, like, I thought that when she said, let's go have a baby, and they wheel me away into the freaking birth room, I thought that it was going to be an hour of pushing, maybe 2 hours of pushing. Because, like, a lot of people tell you that. I was like, oh, it was a couple hours of pushing. And it wasn't. It was a lot longer, and it was a lot more painful than I expected. But I think that's just because I had done so well with, like, laboring at home that I just assumed we're going to keep continuing on that same trend. And so that was like a reality check for me that, after all of that, looking back on it, it's different than what you think every time.
Every time. And that's and I think you and I have had this conversation, right? Because I always think this is really interesting to hear your perspective of what that felt like for you, right? I think of someone like being there as a doula who have seen like all this birth. I thought you did incredible. I was like, oh my God, like, right? Like, I promise you, it was such an incredible job. And when we kind of like had this conversation, right? Afterwards, you were like, oh man, it was so bad. I was like,
I did so bad.
Were we in the same labor?
Yeah, I had this, I guess, level of expectation for myself, having a sister with all these home births.
Yeah.
And just being like, you know what? My body is going to be like a rabbit. Like, I'm going to be really good at this. The birth is going to go fairly smoothly. And you know what? Compared to how other girls labor, I think it really was smooth. But I think I just set an unrealistic expectation for myself and then just had a quick reality check. So, it helps me to hear that I had a great birth from you, because I don't have that perspective. Like a doula has that. You see multiple births. I didn't know. So yeah, it was quite intense.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
The nerves that I had was getting on my nerves.
And I don't know. I don't remember if we did pick up on it. Yeah, we did. Me and Tyler were like, oh, okay, we gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
She had so many stories. She was trying to talk.
She was trying to talk to me. I was not trying to talk. And then she was trying to tell me what my body was doing,
right,
and how I needed to wait a little bit longer. And it's really great having an advocate there who can be like, no, she needs this.
Yeah.
And, because like you can see the body language. You can kind of pick up on cues that it's, we're getting to different places where like they don't know you.
Yeah.
They don't know that I'm a quiet person.
Right. So, and I think that, and that's, obviously like I'm biased when it comes about doulas, right? But I think that's the beauty of doulas is that you get to build that relationship earlier, right? That they can peep like, wait a minute, right? Like, or, they can look at your partner and be like, what's going on here? And you were very quiet, right? Like you have people who are pushing. Like when I was pushing, I was definitely very loud, which makes sense. Again, I'm loud. Like that makes sense why I was like, right? You did not make any noise, and the nurse was confused, and therefore thought, I don't know what it is that she thought was going on, right? But like just fine.
Please get the doctor. Can I push? Can I push it?
Yeah, she's like, don't push it. And you're like, I feel like I need to push.
Yeah, so we were 9.5 centimeters for a while though. So there was just like a little bit of a lip that needed to move back over the cervix in order for me to start pushing. So we tried different positions, try to like progress the head down a little bit further to help with that, which was helpful. It just took some time, and then I was so happy when I could finally start pushing, because I just felt like for the past couple hours, that's all my body wanted to do was like push. And I had to like squeeze and try not to allow my body to push, which is the craziest concept.
Isn't it?
Like, I'm sorry. I still don't know about that part.
Yeah.
But, you know, I trust her. I certainly don't want anything bad to happen. If she's giving medical advice, let's do it. So, so I had to wait a little bit, and we tried different positions. When the labor like wasn't like progressing as much, the OBG came in and she said, you know, the baby's sunny side up, which typically means longer labors, sometimes more painful labors, and especially with, you know, no epidural, no Tylenol, like nothing. Like I was really just going to have to get through it. And so 5 hours of pushing. Yeah. I remember being hot. I remember having a antique fan. MaryNissi came with this antique fan. My husband was like,
I did. I think I got them at like some thrift store, and I thought they were so cool.
Yeah, they were like bamboo, and they were cool. They just weren't that effective.
He got me how many fans after?
Two like rechargeable fans.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, but next birth, you gonna do this, right?
And then I was nauseous. You're in a lot of pain, so you're like nauseous, and I was thirsty, but I couldn't drink that much water. So all I would do was just like take a little teeny sip, and then be just like super hot, and then like bear down, like, you know, come again, and a little sip, and this was like, you know, hours of this. Yeah. But I remember at one point like looking out the window, and this was like the moment that I thought like, oh, this is a special moment in time, and it was just for like 30 seconds. I look out the window, and there is like right centered in the middle of it this huge white moon, just like in blackness, and I just saw it, and I was like, wow, that must mean something. This must be special. And it was just like, I don't know, there was something spiritual about it. Almost like this is the moment, you know, this is a special moment in time. Yeah. And it wasn't long after that she came screaming into this world. Yeah. So yeah, that was my special moment with her. But yeah, the end of it sucks. And
you know,
the ring of fire is a ring of fire.
And you know what's funny? There's people who feel it and people who don't.
Oh god.
It's so interesting. And I think that like for you having a baby who's sunny side up, right? So mostly babies, you know, we'll do like a little bit of education here. You know, normally babies kind of like come in like this with their head, their faces, you know, facing backwards, and then they come and rotate, you know, when they're born. Sunny side up means they're looking up, which means that the perineum does have to stretch more, right? It's a little bit more maneuvering, and it is intense. Like it is intense, and you do have a lot of people. You have a decent amount of people with sunny side babies end up in a cesarean because that it's just harder, right? And I, you know, again, not all babies come sunny side up. Yes, babies can. Yes, babies can, and yours did, right? And so I think you know, I always like want to give people perspective when they hear like, "Holy mother, you pushed for 5 hours." It's like, yo, I can't believe you pushed for 5 hours because that's amazing because your baby was inside out. You know what I mean?
And
like
you didn't have to have a C-section.
And you didn't have to have a C-section.
Worth it, you know, because that was part of my birth plan too. And like some people want the C-section because, you know, they're for whatever reason. And that's absolutely fine. I just particularly didn't want one. Yeah. And I really wanted to push and fight as hard as I could not to have that happen. Yeah. So I think 5 hours of labor to avoid a C-section for me is a worthy investment. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's intense. It's intense. Yeah. And you did amazing. There was no voice. Thank you. There was no voice. I wish like we had like some grunting at the end.
I wish there was like a video so people can see what I mean when I say like it was the calmest pushing ever.
There's a lot of breathing.
That's really right. Yeah, and you were focused.
You were that was one of the things I completely forgot about. My husband told me I did not open my eyes the entire time.
Oh, that's true.
I just couldn't. I couldn't open my eyes. And he was like, it was weird. Like you were just there with your eyes closed. But I talked to other people and they said this is very normal. It's almost like the mind has to focus, the body has to focus. So in order to do that, you got to get rid of all your visual stimulus. Yes. And so you just close your eyes. Yes. And it helps you to focus on your breathing and get through it.
Yes. Absolutely. Like,
Crazy
we
stuff.
dim the lights, we do all of these things, but closing your eyes has been like so much better. I really like the more you go into with like what you call your primal, like the better, because you know what I mean. Because can you imagine when you have your eyes open, what do you see? You see like nurses and people walking in and out, and it's so distracting and it's so hard to focus, and it's very easy to be like, you know what, this is no longer working, right? But if you're focused, you're like, you didn't know it was 5 hours. No, I think you did. At one point, you looked at the time.
I think I looked at 10:30 at night. I was just like, this isn't good. Like, I feel bad. Like, everybody's been here for so long.
I know you were worried about it. I'm like, no, this is not our job to be here. This is to be here until baby comes.
And there certainly were, I remember 2 specific moments where I thought to myself, I'm gonna need a C-section. Like, I don't think I can do this anymore. So I think it's normal to have those thoughts
100%,
to kind of face them, and then to try to push through them. Some people, are unable to, and that's okay. You kind of go through with what you need to go through to get that baby out safe.
Yes.
So, but thank God she came out safely, and didn't have to have the C-section. So I think the recovery was a little bit easier because of that. But if they would have told me, like, Sam, you need to have a C-section, she's not doing well, let's do it. Like, you just do what you gotta do in that moment.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Oh my God.
My favorite part, though, the OBG was very, very cool. I remember you telling me this, too.
Yo, your OB was good.
She was respectful of my birth plan. She read it.
Yes.
She tried to stick to it.
Yes.
She was trying to get, like, my husband involved at one point. She wanted him to, like, come down to, like, get excited about it. She wanted me to be a part of the birth as well. She gave me feedback, like, halfway through. She said to me, Sam, you're not pushing hard enough.
Yeah.
And, like, you almost, like,
you're like,
for half a second, you take offense.
Of course.
Because you're like, okay.
I'm doing everything that I can.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
But, like, in that moment, I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, I really wasn't giving a good push.
Yeah.
Like,
and you received that so well, too. Like, I feel like that charged you. You're like, okay.
I was like, okay, so I can push harder. And I think part of that, too, is just hearing from other moms, like, oh, you don't want to push too hard because you could tear. Or, like, too early. Like, try to take it slow and steady. Just don't rush into it. So I was just kind of pacing myself. But for her to give me that feedback, like, you need to push harder, I'm like, all right, I can kick it up. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So,
and you had a suicide baby. So you had to, you didn't have really a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
So she gave me the feedback, and then also at, like, the moment, after the ring of dreaded fire, and
I don't know why I'm laughing.
a tearing sensation, you could feel that a little bit. Then, she was like, Sam, and she kind of like yelled a little bit too, which was great. Sam, reach down and grab your baby. And I was like, what? I just like did it, and I like put my hands down and I like grabbed underneath her arm. Holding the head, right?
Yeah.
So I grabbed underneath the arm and I like pulled her out, and she was like warm and wet, and they just covered in poop, which is a whole other fun thing. Wasn't my poop. Baby's poop. And then throws her onto the chest, and just like to be able to have that moment where you can actually lift the baby up and out.
Like you caught your baby.
Yeah. More of like a guiding. I don't want to catch that baby.
A guiding catch of your baby.
I did not do well in that moment. Yeah, so help the baby out. And that was a beautiful thing. And then, she delivered the placenta. She actually showed placenta to me. So, I was very fortunate in having a great OBGYN.
Yeah.
Girl. So.
Did you know about your OB? Did you kind of like find her? Did you research about her?
Or you just before? I liked the group. There was one person who had really, really great reviews. And so I had most of my appointments with him and that same person over and over again. Right. And I think that was beneficial.
Yes, that's all I was going to say. That's always, my thing. I'm like, you find a good OB, go with that. Because you can't predict who you're going to have for your labor. So just have that good, person for your prenatal.
Yeah. And, I didn't get him, but I got her.
Yeah.
I was really happy about it.
Yeah.
And, it worked out well for us. She was great.
Yeah, she was great.
And even like when I saw her in the office, she was awesome too.
I
was like, do you remember me? Do you remember my birth? She was like, absolutely.
Like, nobody will forget that birth.
She said, absolutely. It's like, okay.
Nobody will forget that birth. It was the quietest birth I've ever been in. And now we're at 11 months.
Now we're at 11 months. Started walking this week.
Oh, my word.
She's not a baby anymore. Like, it's just amazing. Like, you look down at them one day and you're like, no, you're not my baby. Like, you're a little toddler.
Yeah,
it's really
a whole
cool.
human being. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about like what did preparing for postpartum like look like early postpartum. Yeah,
I would say that's probably one of the places that I didn't do well in is the preparation. You helped me a little bit. We did a little bit like a meal train thing, which was cool. Getting friends and family involved in the care. But it was tough. The first 3 weeks are tough. So besides like meal planning, it's just having a good support person. And thank God, like my husband is wonderful, and he was there. He was able to take off work for a period of time, which was crucial because I feel like if you are by yourself,
yeah,
it is so much more challenging.
100%.
So having just at least one good support person, whether that's like a friend or whether that's a parent, like I just had my husband and it was fine. But those first few weeks are tough, especially if you're breastfeeding. Those are tough weeks.
Yeah.
Still breastfeeding.
Yeah. Hey,
oh
look
goodness.
at you! You're gonna celebrate yourself. Yes,
I made it.
That's a whole job. It is a whole job. Yeah, we'll talk about postpartum, right? Like I said, like I love birth. Obviously, love birth, and we have to plan for after as well, right? To what that to what that looks like. Hence, like the little booklet is like a start, right? Because you got to think through like, oh, okay. And you had like great people who were like, yes, I'll bring a meal, right? And it's like there's so much more that's happening. Like, yes, eat. We want you to eat, so that's great. You had a meal train.
And sleeping is good.
Sleeping helps.
It's good.
Taking yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of just like got through it.
Yeah,
I'm like, you don't have to have a great support system to make it through, but it's nice to have it. It makes it better to have those things. But like at the end of the day, if you don't have a good support system around you, you will get through it.
You'll get through it.
You'll get through it.
That I love that so much because I think that for someone like me in the work that I do, I'm always like, go find your village, right? And the truth is, not everybody has that, or are even able to find that, right? Or it might be there's other things going on in the family, right? There's other people that need, parents need caring, taking care of, and so I love that like you can say, you will get through it. Like it's really okay. Yes, this would be a best scenario if you if you have. This people, if you have mom or someone who
to
comes
take the baby and who wants to hold the baby 100%. And take them away from you.
Right. And but if you don't,
you just do it on
you would do it, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's a season.
Exactly. Lots of seasons.
I love that.
I go through like 5 or 6 seasons in the first year.
Yeah, it's a lot. You have a baby, and then like they are walking. You're like, how did we get here? Like this is all in a year. 5 years. All in a year. That's wild. Oh my god. Anyway, so what does positive birth story mean to you? And then what do you have, like a advice or affirmation for the person listening?
A positive birth story. Like when you go online, you look at a review, and most reviews are bad reviews because people want to speak their mind when something bad happens to them. So even with talking with your friends, a lot of people will share the difficult parts about their labor as opposed to like the beautiful moments about their labor. So much of it is negative and I think scary to first time moms. And I was certainly was scared going into it. More so about the pain than anything else. But I remember early on you were like yelling at people for me. Don't tell her that. Anybody sharing their story with her, like let her do her own thing. Yes. And it was like very intentional, but I think that makes sense because there's so much negativity in the world. So to have a positive birth story, I think is really important, especially for first time moms. And so I'm just hoping that, my story and other clients, viewers that come on here will be able to share and just encourage young people. Yeah.
Like so. You get to your views.
You can do it.
Yes. And what affirmation or advice you have?
I would say that it's just not, it may not be for everybody, but I really liked knowing more. I really liked understanding what options were out there. Yeah. The handout that you had given me early on kind of showed the different options that there were. And just make a list for yourself. Know what's available to you, what's not available to you, what kind of pain meds there are, why we do them, why we don't do them. Just so you know. So you're not like there in pain saying like, I need this, I need that. But you really don't understand that there's maybe a couple other things that we could try before then. So, be an advocate for yourself. Be an advocate for your friends also and giving them the good parts of your story and trying not to hurt their mind.
Yeah, stop scaring people.
Stuff.
Yes.
Pass that positive birth story along.
Yeah. I bet. Oh my gosh, yes. And that's literally it, right? Like, share the story with someone else. I always say we're always in mom groups, right? Or like on Facebook or wherever we're at. Share it with someone else so that people can know, like, there's people having really good birth stories, even when baby is sunny side up, right? Like,
yeah, even when it's tough.
Even when it's tough, like you can do it. Your body was meant to do it. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I know it's a lot. Listen, I'm always like, adulthood is hard. Like, we have work, we have
job.
A child.
Whole child, teething.
You're gonna go teething, you're gonna go take care of yourself and your family, and so I'm just really grateful for you being here.
It's fun kind of going through it again.
Yeah. So I'm so glad. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Till next week, share it with a friend. Be ready for the notification button, and we'll see you next week. Let me take a second and share with you about the Doula Guide Bundle, something I created after 10 years of supporting families through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. It includes the same step-by-step tools I use with my clients to help them feel confident, prepared, and grounded. So you can grab the full bundle or get them individually down below.